Republican Missouri Senator Eric Schmitt. Senator, thank you very much. You were very instrumental in getting this cut of $9 billion rescission from Congress through the Senate side. But let me first get your reaction to this signing of this framework for cryptocurrency. It's always been sort of existing outside of Capitol Hill, outside of the White House, in this zone that we just heard described by Charlie. But now it's being embraced by President Trump. Framework around it, regulations to come. What's your take on all of this?
Yeah, I was proud to support this. Bill Hagerty and Cynthia Lummis on the Senate side were real champions for this. But really, President Trump coming on the stage, lending his support. You heard from David Sachs, who's a really bright guy, helped shepherd this through. It's really the first time there's been any kind of regulatory framework or rules of the road in this kind of crypto space. And so the stable coin, I think the thing that's easy to understand about it's a dollar for dollar sort of tie that adds stability, right? It gives people some confidence. And it's really important for the United States of America to take the lead here. There's other competitors. China would love nothing more than to sort of disrupt that. This BRIC alliance that the president offered would love to do that. And I think if you kind of zoom back, this is a huge victory, and people have been talking about this for years. The first 6 or 7 months of this administration, you look at the victories. We've talked about the big, beautiful bill and what that means for middle-class families. We can talk more about rescissions, I know. But you've also have things like this that are really innovative. And it's just an incredibly successful first 6 months of administration. I mean, historically so. And I think this is another example.
Yeah, as you point out, this is another area of competition with China that the president wants to be in front on. And we watched that bill signing just moments ago. This rescission bill, $9 billion, Congress doesn't like to cut funding, anything that they decided they were going to spend. In fact, they haven't done this, haven't cut a dollar of spending that was already attributed or already designated since 1999. We were all a lot younger then, but it's $9 billion. This is the slice for everybody at home of $7 trillion in spending. So why was this so hard? Why was this such an uphill push?
Well, I think you got a lot of people in Washington who like just to keep spending more and more of other people's money. It's a bit of an addiction. So one of the reasons why I was really excited to be the sponsor here and manage it on the floor, working with the White House, working with my Senate colleagues, and the way I put it to them is this is a test. This is a test of our political will to listen to the voters. They sent a message loud and clear in November that they're tired of the wasteful spending. DOJ, President Trump, they identified what that wasteful spending was. Now it was up to us to actually deliver on that when it came from the administration, and we did it. So I think it's a really important signal that's being sent that there's a new effort here in this town to rein in that wasteful spending. And that $9 billion, which is $90 billion in a 10-year window, which is typically how we score things here, that's still a lot of money. Where I come from, that's a lot of money. And I think it also sends a signal that, with President Trump in office and Republicans in charge, that we can do these things, rein in wasteful spending. I mean, look, Martha, we could spend a whole show on it, but this is the money that was identified, DEI trainings in Burma, Sesame Street in Iraq, sex changes in Guatemala, all being paid for with your taxpayer dollars. So we did that and also did something that people have been talking about for 40 years and it hasn't happened until now, is we got the federal government out of the business of subsidizing NPR and the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. They're woke, they're biased, and they don't deserve our tax dollars.
Yeah, we heard from Uri Berliner, who worked there, and said, there wasn't any diversity of thought whatsoever in the entire organization at NPR. It got to the point where he had to leave. So I hope you'll come back, because I want to hear what the next package of rescission is that you're going to work on and what your priorities are there. So, Senator, thank you. We appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Martha. Thanks, Martha.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.